just a moment here. There we go. All right. Magical Monday manifestation. So the first thing we do is we start off with a tarot pull, and then we move into oracle cards. Even though this is a group reading, I do find that Spirit always finds a way to weave its message in there for each individual person who is present. So go ahead and take just a moment to center yourself and center your thoughts, and do that in whatever way is comfortable for you. Even if just as simple as a deep belly breath in and slowly releasing it, coming into this present moment. And then from that space of groundedness and clarity, send out your request to the universe. What are you looking for today from today's reading? Clarity, a specific answer, just want to be in community, whatever messages you need to hear. Doesn't matter, wherever you are in your path, whatever you're hoping to receive, put that out. Perfect. And now we're going to stop asking and we're going to start receiving. So let's sit with the intention that we receive whatever clarity or messages that are meant for us. We can leave the rest behind. And not just that we receive the messages, but please, Spirit, also give us the insight and whatever we need to actually apply the messages to our life that you give us today. Because that's what sometimes is one of the hardest things. Spirit says, do the things, and you're like, okay, but if it was that easy, don't you think I'd be doing that already? I need a little bit more help. So let's hope that we also get that help on how to actually apply these messages. All right. Maybe y'all don't talk back to Spirit like I do. I think some of y'all do. I know some of y'all do, because I know some of y'all. So I was about to apologize for my irreverence, but then I said, fuck that. That's just who I am. Spirit knows that's who I am, and Spirit still talks to me. So I'm just going to be as irreverent as I want to be. My spirit guides be rolling their eyes at me sometimes. Mine be laughing and gossiping. I hear my spirit guides gossiping between themselves about me. I'm like, listen, y'all know y'all gave me the ability to hear y'all. Y'all know I'm in the room with you, right? All right. Let's see what is going on with the tarot. The deck I'm pulling from today, I think is called, the name I have is not exactly accurate. I think it's called oh shit, I don't know. I'm gonna show you the box. The box says it's called Gilded Tarot, but it is not gilded. The artist is Cyril Marchetti, who is a very, very amazing artist, or I'm sorry, tarot card. He has several decks. They have several decks. I don't know if it's a he or she with Cyril. They have several decks, which are all fabulously illustrated, in my opinion. And I have the one that I've heard it called Grand Royale in other places. So whatever it is, that's the deck we're pulling from. Got my cards. Let's turn them over. Let's see where we're going. This week, what do we have? 3 major arcana and only 2 minor arcana. Major arcana are cards that are indicating that there's a big, I hesitate to use the word big because everything is perspective. Major arcana indicate that there is a shift happening overall in our life, something that is coming up that's going to kind of dip into all areas of our life. Whereas minor arcana to me points to the right here and now. What am I dealing with right now in front of me? Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. I was going to go deeper into that, but that's all I'll say about that. So the first card we have, and I'm saying because there's a trumpet in the card. The first card we have is Judgment. What sound, when y'all see trumpets, what sound plays in y'all's head? I'm so curious about that. Put it in chat. It's just me. Okay, I know. Bugles. Anyway, Judgment, that person blowing the trumpet is supposed to be an angel, a nondescript angel, non-binary angel. although many people say that that is Gabriel blowing on his trumpet. It's whatever angel or celestial being you need it to be, but whatever it is, there is an announcement being made, and that's why there's a horn in this thing. So there is announcement, there is a blowing of this trumpet is raising up these figures from the dead, so to speak. But I feel a whole different message coming through in this moment. There is a higher being, let's say higher. Call it an angel, call it spirit, call it God, whatever you want to call it, that is right now blowing a trumpet, calling to us, announcing something to us, trying to get our attention, trying to wake us up. But it's calling forth these dead bodies. And to me, I'm reading this card, not heroically speaking, I'm totally getting a different message. It's almost as if it's summoning the dead parts of us, the parts that we don't need anymore, so that those can come up, rise up out of us, and so that this celestial being, higher self, God, whoever it is, can help us rid ourselves of those things that are no longer serving us. Why is it the judgment card? Because maybe there's a lot of judgment that we need to let go of. That's one possible reason. But I also feel like this is a time when we are being told over and over again, and I say we because the readings that I do on a one-to-one basis, I'm repeating the same thing over and over again, which means whenever that happens for me, it means something collectively is going on that we're all shifting through. And one of those things is we're letting go of the things that don't serve us. I don't know how many times I've said that fucking sentence, that very cliche statement at this point. But when I read this card with the energy that I'm reading this card today, I'm feeling like Spirit has been saying this over and over and over again as a way to get us in position to be ready to let go of those things. Because first time we hear that message, we're like, what things? Then the second time we hear that message, we're like, okay, I guess I better start looking for those things. And then by the third or fourth time we hear those, maybe we're starting to identify them, but we're also like, okay, I'm doing the work, but I don't know how to let go of this shit. And that's why we keep getting those messages. You need to let go, you need to let go, you need to let go. And now we're getting the message that Spirit is like, I see you. I see you. You listen to me. I know you're at a position right now where you feel like you don't know how to let go of whatever it is I've been asking you to let go of, but you're doing the work. You're listening to me. You're looking for it. You're trying to find it. And now, because you're doing the work, because you are doing the work, now I'm going to step in and also call forth these things from you and help you. That's what I feel like the message is. That's not to say that Spirit is not going to help us until we do our part, but Spirit is not going to help us until we do our part. I mean, Spirit helps us all the time. I don't want y'all to feel like y'all are just high and dry out there when you're not doing something right. Spirit is always there, but Spirit, it's like you ask Spirit to go somewhere and Spirit says, absolutely, I'm with you every step of the way. Where are we going? And then you say, I don't know. And Spirit says, okay, whenever you tell us where we're going, I'm gonna get the GPS and we're gonna go. So it's not like Spirit is not there helping you, but Spirit leads you to step in and do your part as far as saying, where are we going? So that Spirit can step in and be like, okay, I got you. GPS is set, let's go. How much you need for gas? That's what Spirit is waiting on. And so we have gotten to that point to where we are saying, I'm working on this. I've gotten to this point. I've identified these things. And Spirit is like, oh, okay, I see where we're going now. I see what you want to let go of. Here I am, just like I told you I would be. Let me help you let go of those things. So, and it is the judgment card. So that's telling me a lot of us are working on letting go of self-judgment, along with all of the other things that we're working on letting go of. Yes. 12, 12, and 12 participants. Yay, I love that. Chuck I can't even say the Mangione feels so good when I see trumpet. Say it.
Mangione.
I got to listen to that later. So I'm copying it so I can listen to it. Okay. Next card. Next card is our first minor arcana card, and it is the King of Swords. So even though it's a minor arcana, it's still a court card. So we're still sitting in that royal court. We're still sitting in that advanced, if you will, although advanced is not the perfect word, but advanced, if you will. We're in the royal court. We're not in the everyday workings of the ace through 10. We're now in the royal court. And not just royal court, but we're in the king energy, and that is King of Swords, which kind of ties right in with the judgment, because self-judgment doesn't happen externally. It happens all up here. Letting go of stuff doesn't happen externally. Sometimes it does if it's like a physical thing that you need to let go of, like you need to declutter or something. But even letting go of the physical things, it all happens up here. So of course we would pull King of Swords, because that's saying you have the authority, you have the logic, you have the skills to do what I'm asking you to do. And if you feel like in this moment you don't, I'm telling you, you do. And this is the energy you need to step into. King of Swords, being of sound mind, ruling his kingdom in a logical way, a thinker, a communicator. Look at that Saturn planet. Not necessarily fast moving, takes his time with things, but still has a kingdom to rule, which means he is still presenting himself in a way that people want to follow him as a leader. So all of the qualities that you would think of a leader, not just any leader, but a king would hold. This energy is for you. Claim it, step into it. That's why it's coming up in this reading for you. So step into this energy. You need to have dominion and control and rulership over your own thoughts to work with spirit and letting go of the things that aren't serving you. And then what do we have next? Because you're doing so much. So that's how we start out our week. This reading, I am reading chronologically. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's how we start out our week, with asking ourselves, what do we need to let go of, and making sure that we are connected with the divine this week. In the middle of the week, the take a nap card. I love to take a nap card. It's the Four of Swords. This is the rest card. It's a nap. It's not a go to bed. It's not a sleep. It's not a slumber. It's a nap, because he is fully clothed and fully dressed. And he has that one sword right down there by his arm. If he is called to battle or called to guard something, he's ready. He's dressed, grab the sword, run out the door. Four of Swords is stability, because fours are stability. This is you need to rest, you need to reconnect, you need to take care of yourself, but you also still need to stay a little bit aware of what's going on. I need you to nap. I don't need you to be unconscious. I don't need you knocked out. Well, I guess napping is unconscious, but y'all know what I mean. And this is also still swords. So both of our minor arcana cards are in the suit of swords, which means we are really, really, really working on reframing our thoughts and reframing our mindset. And after we have done this, identified, linked up, set up with source, then we need to sit in that stability, because so four is stability. We need to sit in that stability of this energy for just a moment. Let it fully integrate with us before we move forward. So sometimes we tend to see a card like the King of Swords, and when we're jazzed up and when we're in a community like this and there's everyone who is starting to feel that King of Swords energy, then it's a collective type of energy. And then we're like, okay, I got it. And we get off the call and we get halfway through our day and we're like, where is that King of Swords energy at? Because I really need it right now. This card is coming to say, sit in that energy for a while until it fully integrates with you. It's still swords, and it's talking about stability. So when you feel stable in that energy, then I want you to reach out to a friend or talk this matter over, or think about it, or think about a different approach to it, because it is swords. So make sure you're stepping into that energy, but also make sure you're sitting in it for just a while. And for everybody, just a while is going to be a different length of time, until it feels like it starts to gain stability. Don't sit in it until it's completely stable, because you're a human and life never gets completely stable. Sit in it until it starts to feel a little bit of stability, and then move forward with whatever it is you need to move forward with. And then what do we need to move forward with? What's coming up after that? After we've stabilized ourselves and started to release the things that no longer serve us. What happens when we lighten our load, Spirit? The Fool. This is what I want you to do. I want you to lighten your load so you can feel like this again, so you can juggle the constellations and dress up in funny clothes and wear a cool hat and dance. I want you to not be foolish, but find that innocence, find that joy, find that I can't wait to experience life, excitement about life again. Oh, you had it before. You had it before the kids and the job and the mortgage. You had it before you got out of high school and had to pay your own bills. You had it. So I know you know what it feels like. And this is about releasing all of those things that are blocking this. So when you release those things, you can start feeling this energy again, start to remember what it felt like to really be in sync with the universe, to really be in the flow. Oh, yes. And Katie said there's a new moon, new start. So that's perfect. Full energy is 0. And it also talks about new starts and new beginnings because it's the very first card in the tarot. And we have a new moon tonight. So yay. One moment. I got to clear my throat. Still a little bit of a cough. So, and now, so that's major arcana. So again, we're talking about all areas of our life could benefit from this energy. And the last one is Temperance, card number 14. Temperance is the card linked to Sagittarius. So that's how I know that card. I want to read from the book on what Temperance says. I can't find my book. Is that spirit telling me don't read from the book? Maybe that's spirit telling me don't read from the book. That's insane. I just had it because I just put it on my desk. I found it. Okay, Temperance is about balance, but Temperance is also another angel, another non-binary angel in the sky. So that's interesting that we started out with an angel and we end with an angel. Temperance is the alchemist of the tarot. You see Temperance, is that correct or is that the star? No, I think it's Temperance. Yeah, it's Temperance. It's right there in the picture. You can barely see it. Those 2 cups, one with fire and the other one's supposed to be, I don't know, cold. And then we have gold and silver there. Temperance is the alchemist to me of the tarot because they're able to mix energies, mix substances, mix manifestations back and forth between those 2 cups until they get the perfect right adjustment. They take one thing and turn it into another. Y'all know what alchemy is. I'm doing a very piss poor job of explaining it, but Temperance is that. And in that, finding the perfect mix and transforming things, that's why we see that balance also comes in, or being temperament, having a good temperament. So Temperance, and it says Temperance is the alchemist of life, and it calls you to create your purposeful blend using moderation and patience as ingredients. Where are you focusing your precious energy right now? Maybe you've been overdoing it in your social life, or binging on television, drinks, or food, or overspending, focusing on a relationship that is depleting, more energy that is replenishing, being wholly materialistic versus wholly spiritual. Maybe you're doing all of those things. It says we live in a world of extreme passions and heated hustle. So slowing down the desire for excess in any one area of your life may be harder than you think. Think about that. Do you have excess in any area of your life? Maybe it's a teeny tiny area that you're thinking, well, this doesn't really affect anything else. Yeah, I know I have 15 hours of screen time on my phone every day, but I still get everything else finished. So who cares? Maybe because just that little bit of excess that you think isn't affecting everything, is still kind of knocking everything out of kilter. As far as if you were trying to get the perfect balance, like you needed exactly down to the, I'm really bad at this, y'all, milliliters, that's volumes of liquid, right? Down to the milliliter. I shouldn't say I'm really bad at that. Every time I say I'm really bad at math, spirit corrects me. So I'm gonna try to work on that. But if you needed to shift these liquids or this chemical reaction back and forth down to the smallest milliliter, then yeah, even that small bit of excess like overusing your phone, and I'm using that because that's a personal example. I have a thing on my phone that tells me how much how much time I spend on my phone each week. And every fucking week it says you spent more time on your week this week than last week. I'm like, damn, this week I got it down to only 28 minutes more than last week. Before it was like 2-3 hours more than the previous week, which was ridiculous. So I'm using myself as an example. Even that small bit of excess can turn the equation, the balance that spirit is trying to make between all of the things in your life can knock it off just a little bit, so that you're not mixing lead and whatever and getting the gold. You're mixing lead and whatever and getting the silver or getting the bronze, getting some mediocre representation other than what you ask for, because there is that little bit of imbalance that you thought was inconsequential. So it says, don't do drastic right now as you're trying to bring things back into balance. Stay away from all or nothing choices. Clearing your energy of extremes will foster a dynamic, nourishing flow that is aligned with your perfect alchemical purpose. Seek equilibrium and be mindful of your resources while fusing all the elements to achieve a beautiful balance. And then the affirmation says, I walk the middle path and I nourish my spiritual wholeness. So I think that was good. I think that's a good way to remind us to keep our energies in balance. But also, if you're trying to make a choice, and I don't know who's trying to make a choice, but I feel like choices are needing to be made. If you're trying to make a choice about something, that statement that stood out to me from that message was, make sure it's not an all or nothing choice. Make sure you're not doing an all or nothing decision. Because if that feels like the decision in front of you, then you need to step back and reconsider. Because spirit is saying, nope, there's more to it. You're not seeing that there's more to it. This is not all or nothing. Okay. One moment. I am so sorry for that. I had to blow my nose and I didn't want to do that on camera. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Nisha. Nisha said, you know what? See, that's what I'm talking about. You just need a different perspective. I do be on my phone for responding to, not just fucking around. I do be fucking around on my phone, but I do be on my phone. I do be. Valorie, you know better English than that. I am on my phone for business purposes and for checking on my community and for keeping people spiritually inspired, because I like to do that. So maybe that is a thing. There was a comment that said, I keep putting more hours in every week because I'm doing God's work. And I had never thought of it that way. But I did. See, this is why I love this. Because Nisha gave me the message I needed. And I know that came straight from spirit, because I asked for expansion this year. For many of you who may not know, my word for the year is expansion. How are you going to expand if you're not spending more time doing what you love? So maybe I need to look at it that way, as I'm using my phone more because I'm doing more of what I want. Look at that. I hope that's not spiritual bypassing. It could be spiritual bypassing if it wasn't true. So I need to make sure that I'm actually on my phone more for spiritual reasons and not for Facebook reasons. All right. Next deck, we're going straight to the dragon deck. What do these fire-breathing magical creatures need to tell us? What questions we got a card jumping up right away. 2 cards. We have 2 dragons in our reading today. Who needs some fire getter done energy? Because we have 2 dragons coming to help with that. And the first one is a beautiful purple dragon, and it's spirit. There we go. Get the glider off of it. Card number 8. 8 is the number of abundance. And this says, from this dragon, spirit appears to us when we are gearing up for another steep learning curve on our spiritual path, which is probably why we got all those major arcana today. We are shifting. He connects most strongly with those who have begun to work on themselves. There we go again, of course. and are well and truly underway with their spiritual journey. His arrival frequently precedes those whose job is to work for the planet and humankind. The dragon spirit connects with those in particular who have embarked upon the transitional journey of deep self-healing and self-understanding. Any of y'all doing that? And those beginning to recognize the bigger picture within the circle of life. He reminds us that everything is interconnected and there is no separation. He says, there is no you and I as separate beings. We are all one energy. If he has swooped into your reading today, he says, call upon my energy to support you as you prepare for the next step of your amazing journey. You will go through a myriad of shifts and changes. Did y'all hear that? Buckle up. That's what he just said. Buckle up. You will go through a myriad of shifts and changes, self-doubt and euphoria as you embrace the next deep learning process. I am here to guide you through those shifts and changes. Ooh, we have help. You are a spiritual being in physical form, and you have the potential to live a soul-filled spiritual existence on earth. You are truly awesome and your creator. You are truly awesome and your own creator. So embrace what is to come on the next leg of your journey. If you are feeling spiritually disconnected, lost, or simply overwhelmed, call on Spirit to guide your way. Your job here is to watch and listen to your feelings, sudden flashes of inspiration, and as always, signs and symbols from the dragon clan. Although these are sent by the dragons, they can be subtle, so be aware and look out for them. Meditate with Spirit and ask for his guidance to inspire and enlighten you. And I will say, anything that reminds you of or makes you think of a dragon is a message from the dragons to call on this energy. Anything. Maybe you see fire and you think of dragons, or maybe you see a pretty pattern on a print or an ad and you're like, oh, that looks like dragon skills. That's a reminder from the dragons, like, we are here, we're available to help you. So that was Spirit. And then the second card I pulled was Actromus. Actromus, that's how I'm going to say that. Isn't he a pretty one? Or she, I don't know if it's male or female. Actromus, and that is 17, which also reduces to an 8. 17, 1 and 7, 8. Some of y'all been working on abundance. I'm telling you, this numerology is in there too. It's part of the message. It's saying abundance is everywhere, even in the card numbers. 17. Let me find it. The guardian dragons. No, not the guardian dragons. Didn't go back far enough. I found you. The galactic dragons. Ah, okay. Actromus is a galactic dragon. And he connects with the Arcturian. I think it's Arcturian. Didn't I say that the last time I read this? It is Arcturian. His name is Actramus, and maybe they did that as a misprint too. Maybe it's supposed to be Arctramus. Anyway, Arcturian civilization, the peacemakers of the galaxy. This beautiful dragon announced himself to me, and saying to me is the author, by stating, I am the dragon Actramus of the 7th golden ray dimension. I am kin to the Atlantean dragons, who were 7th dimensional, but chose to work with the 5th dimensional beings of Atlantis and oversee the raising of their vibration to the 7th dimension. If Actramus has joined your reading today, heed his words. Here we go. The time has come for you to begin integrating with 7th dimensional golden ray energy and initiate the process of anchoring its frequency into your being. This will enable you to shift the old layers of 3D energy and release it naturally. It heralds the next phase of your incredible journey. Do y'all hear a repeating message here? Next phase, next step. Holding a clearer vibration allows us to view the world without judgment. Holding a clearer vibration allows us to view the world without what? Without judgment. Raise your vibration. Let go of that first card we pulled. Be at ease. It also allows us to be at ease with ourselves and let go of negativity. By accepting a premise into your life, you are acknowledging that you are ready to shift old DNA coding and integrate the higher vibrations into your life. What a beautiful card to wrap in the message from the tarot as well. The dragons are here, y'all. The dragons are here and ready to help. What's next? Where do you need? My brother calls his ex a dragon. Dragons get a bad rep. I have always loved dragons, Even in the shows where the dragon was the villain, I've always rooted for the dragon. I've always loved dragons. And felt sad when they got attacked, even when they were burning people up. I'm like, yeah, but y'all started it. And that is generally like dragons don't just go burning villages. That's propaganda. Humans be starting shit and then be trying to act all innocent. Anyway, I've always loved dragons, so I get it when we want to refer to people as being dragon-like, but they get a bad rap. Which deck was that? That was Dragon Path. Dragon Path Oracle card by Carolyn Mitchell. Next deck I'm pulling from is Star Code Astro Oracle. Yo, Spirit is really trying to make sure we understand that we are all going to the next level, and we can either go kicking and screaming, or we can listen to the messages that Spirit has given us so that maybe we can have a little bit of a heads up. Spirit is like, you asked me to plan this trip for you to the next level. I'm giving you the GPS. All you need to do is listen and turn when I tell you to turn, because here's another card. Progressions, journey. Look at that. 56. Where's my guidebook? Do I not have my guidebook? No, I do. I just took it out and laid it down. It is ridiculous how quickly I lose things that are on the desk right in front of me. 56. Progressions. That is actually the last card in this deck. How interesting. Progressions, journey. The planets continuously move through time and space. When you are born, you imprint the patterns of that moment, which are described in your natal chart. So this is astronomy. But the planets keep moving, and you also imprint the patterns they make as they progress through those first few months of your life. These progressions sketch out the big sweeping journey of your life. You live that pattern out at roughly the rate of a year to a day for the rest of your life. Once you're born, you can't choose the cycles you live through. That's not true, but okay, whatever. But you can always choose how you respond. I do believe that we have more choice than just response. But the belief of this author is that we can't choose. So the message is, progressions do not speak of a passing thing, but to the big sweeping arcs of karmic fate, to your soul's journey, which is why we got 3 major arcanas this week. We're talking about the big picture. Your present situation may not make sense in the short term because it has more to do with the big karmic patterns and how those interact with the karmic patterns of the world's progress, and less to do with your daily existence. Again, makes sense. Stand back. That's that 4 card, that take a moment to rest and pause card. Stand back and look at your life's journey. Think of the years you engaged with this world and the years that you needed time for more personal work. Consider making a timeline or painting this landscape to see where you are in those big sweeping patterns. This situation may feel fated, but the outcome is not predestined. This situation, whatever situation you are in right now, for whoever's vibe that I'm picking up on that needs to make a decision, this situation may feel fated, may feel like it's already going one way and there's no way to get it back to go the way that you want it to go. But it says the outcome is not predestined. Though you may feel uncomfortable, you always have a choice about how you respond and where you go. To help guide you in the moment, consider where you would like to be at the end of your life, a far distant point, and then look back. Let this future become your lighthouse to guide you. Even though you may have to go around the rocks and work with the tides, let your lighthouse guide you. The challenge, this is not a small obstacle or opportunity. This is part of a complex pattern. Every choice you make changes how it unfolds. The gift is, though, trust the tides and set your own sails. I love that. I used to have a sterling silver pendant that was a lighthouse, and it reminded me to always be the light, but it also reminded me to follow my inner light. I don't know what happened to that pendant. It's around here somewhere, but I love anytime I come across a spiritual reference to a lighthouse, because it reminds me to remember to be the light for others, and also to follow my own light. So I love it. Thank you, Source. I needed that reminder. Okay, roughly 20 minutes. Yes. Card number 56 reduces to 11, a master number. Thank you, Sue. When I read card number 56, I did it in my head and I said 11, and then I reduced it to 2, and I was like 2, okay, and then I moved on. But I forgot to stop at 11. 11 is a master number. Yes, I love it. Okay. Any requests? I don't know if I finished that sentence or not. Any requests for decks that you would like me to pull from? We ran out the last couple of oracle cards, and right now I'm pulling from Believe in Your Own Magic. Mermaids, I got a request. I will pull from the Mermaids deck. I have 2 Mermaids decks now. I have a mermaid only deck, and I have a mermaid and dolphins deck. Oh, and I got a card that just jumped out of the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. So yay. Angels and Ancestors, got it. Okay, this is red, 10. That reduces to a 1. For those of y'all doing numerology, 1, beginnings, red, and it says forgive. I know exactly why that is coming up, because I did an event yesterday and I got a channel message about it, and it was all about forgiveness and self-forgiveness. So maybe some of y'all are working on it, but I know it's coming up because that was the message that Spirit gave to me as well. So anyway, look at this picture though. Look at this picture. I love it. All of those, I'm assuming, are tomatoes. Tomatoes. She's sitting in a bath with her tomatoes. Sounds about as weird as running salve on a horse's butt. So, tomatoes in the bathtub and salve on the butt fungus. Let's see what this is all about. Card number 10. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Ooh, I'm gonna put this card away. I don't even want to read the rest. Spirit's trying to call me out in front of the group. Shit. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This isn't a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Is it now? Have you thought about when you're going to do that lately? Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation. Ooh, that's a good statement right there. I need to write that out and pin it somewhere. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through the sleepless nights. That's what she's doing right there. It's nighttime, and she's tending to her bathtub garden. Shiny red hope. And she's looking at those tomatoes and saying, look, one of the green ones fell off. And she's looking at those tomatoes and saying, I'm just going to nurture you a little bit longer. I hope you turn out okay. Huh. Interesting. I thought they were going to make comment to why she was sitting in the bathtub with the tomatoes, but I guess that's left up to interpretation. I don't know anything about birthing no tomatoes. Maybe that's how you grow them, in the bathtub. I don't know. Not a gardener. When the apocalypse comes, I already have friends who are gardeners. And so I hold that faith that I don't ever have to learn how to garden, because that would be terrible for all of the people in my Walking Dead crew. We would all starve to death. So I already have friends who are gardeners who I'm going to hook up with when the end of the world comes. Do y'all have y'all's doomsday plans set out? I say that jokingly. I hope y'all don't think I'm a spiritual leader who like really does believe that the world is ending. I don't. But I do think it's fun to play. Ever since I watched the Walking Dead series, I am totally off topic. But ever since I watched the entire Walking Dead series in 2020, while we were in a global pandemic, maybe not the smartest thing to do, but I've had this plan in my head and I've got my whole crew assembled. So it's funny my plan, but at the very least I don't have to worry about that anymore because I know I'm going to be taken care of it. Even though I don't think the world will end, I know I'm going to be taken care of if it does because I got my plan. What did y'all tell me? Angels and ancestors. And did I get a response on which mermaid? Because I have mermaids and then I have mermaids and dolphins. I think I want to go to unicorns today too. I haven't pulled from the unicorn deck from y'all for a while. I got too many decks on my desk. Let's see. We can get through this. We got 14 minutes left. I'm going to wait and see if there's a preference on the mermaid cards while I shuffle angels and ancestors. Ah, have we talked about that before? I shouldn't. I be forgetting that I'm on YouTube, and YouTube's like, "What is she talking about? Who is she talking to?" You sound like my mother. I have Jehovah Witness family roots too, is what somebody put in the chat. I do as well. Many of you know that. That's how I was raised, and I was raised with the ever-looming fear that the end of the system of things is coming, and you better get yourself right with God before it comes. I pulled a card, and I think it's funny because I just said I don't believe the earth will ever be destroyed. That's my personal belief. And I pulled a card called Earth Guardian from Angels and Ancestors. And at the bottom it says, stay rooted and grounded. Stay rooted and grounded. So I do believe that his message, I don't know that I've read his message that many times, but I do believe his message is more about how to stay grounded, which is going to be very beneficial and very crucial for all of us who are going through shifts and transitions. Just know that if you get any kind of reading or inclination from the divine that says you're about to go through some shifts, make sure you have all of your grounding tools sharpened and ready to go, because being grounded when you're going through transitions is going to make that transition a lot more fluid. And I think that's what this message is about. However, I just find it funny that I just said the earth is not going to be destroyed, and then we pulled the Earth Guardian. So I think that's confirmation. Spirit is like, no, we got better things to do than destroy our own project that we've been working on forever just because you humans are down there acting a fool. We're not going to destroy Earth and the universe just because you humans are acting a fool. That's too much work went into that. We're going to pull y'all up to speed. We're going to make sure that everybody works together. Earth Guardian. The message is take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. Somebody out there is deep in the midst of decision making. Woo! I feel it, and now Spirit is speaking directly to it. Make your decisions based on strength and integrity. If you get ready to make a decision and you feel like, I don't know if I'm strong enough for this, then obviously you're not making your decision based on strength, which means you're not following Spirit's direction. When you feel that you cannot make a decision because you feel too weak, do something to shore up that strength. Make your decision from a place of strength and integrity. Does your strength and integrity meter need to be all the way at 100? No, it needs to be at 51% because that's the majority. I learned majority rules when I was a kid because I grew up with five kids. An odd number means anytime we were arguing, my mama would come into the room and say majority rules, and we would have to vote. And so there was never a tie because there was 5 of us. So I learned majority rule from a very young age. And I love that I can now turn it into remind myself, because I am a perfectionist and I often beat myself up when that meter is not at 100. And I heard Abraham Hicks says majority, it only needs to be the majority. And I thought, oh, it doesn't have to be at 100. 51. I know what majority means. 51%. And so some days 51% is as good as you can get. So go for that, because you are still on the side that's going to tip the scale to let everything that you've been asking for into your life. Okay, I've done too much talking. Let me get back to the book. The Earth Guardian. The Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the land and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental, who is non-binary, showing that they are a divine being without a human gender. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams into reality. So they can imagine this. Imagine that you're sending up a dream to the universe, a dream for a better job, a dream for more happiness, for whatever it is. And you have this angel looking over Earth, and it catches that dream. And then it takes that dream down this beautiful staff and grounds it right into Earth, right into physical reality for you. You have helpers. You don't have to do this yourself. Your job is to dream and then let these celestial helpers ground that dream into reality. Let them help you make it a reality. The Earth Guardian card is hold on. It is important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth that you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you have to deal with. Ooh, I love that message. Okay, message from the mermaids. We got 8 minutes left. I'm going to go with messages from the mermaids, just the mermaids. And then we'll go to unicorns. I think it's that one. I know it's that. Uh-oh. All right. I like this unicorn. I like this, not unicorn, mermaid. Blessings. It's the blessings, mermaid. That means y'all all are getting blessings. What else? Prepare yourself to receive an abundance of blessings. The more you focus on your blessings, the more you will attract. Remember to count your blessings. And the message, that was just a little affirmation part. The message is, this mermaid is preparing herself for beautiful blessings by being receptive and filled with gratitude. Gratitude or appreciation. Appreciation works too. She feels worthy to receive infinite blessings, and she fully trusts in the divine to bring them to her. Feeling worthy, trust. You have the ability to bestow best blessings as well as you receive them. Anyone can bless others. This can be done with sincerity from your heart. Blessing someone can be an empowering act that can open the door of divinity for both parties. Blessings can manifest in many ways. This mermaid asks you to count your blessings, and to be grateful for their presence in your life. Even when things aren't going so great, there will always be at least one blessing you can count. The more you focus on being grateful, the more blessings you'll attract. Your presence could be a blessing in the life of someone else. When we feel worthy and can appreciate our true value, others can perceive us as a blessing in their lives. Alternately, perhaps someone is about to enter your life who will be a beautiful blessing for you. Sometimes we can feel helpless when we see things going wrong in the world. For example, if you see an emergency services vehicle making a simple silent blessing like a prayer or wish for the person, people, or situation can really make a difference and bring a sense of peace and calm to an other stressful situation. That's a beautiful example. I'm going to start doing that every time I see an ambulance go by. It's just wish them peace and wish them blessings for whatever situation they're dealing with. Anyway, I hope that helped. I hope that resonated with you. I like that she is in a position, no matter what is going on in her life. And it doesn't look like, I mean, look at everything that's going on around her. It kind of looks like she's in the swirl of something. I mean, it doesn't look like some entirely peaceful, calm scene. She's got seaweed swirling around her. We can see that the artist drew a current so that we can tell that the water around her is moving. It's not still. Her hair is even shown moving. Fish and all of these other creatures are all around her. So she's not just some underwater princess just sitting back and enjoying the serene beauties of underwater life. She's in the middle of something. She's got a lot going on around her. But what is she doing? She's choosing to remain open and receptive to the divine. And she's choosing to look for her blessings, even in the midst of all that's going on. So I think that's a very powerful message. And the last one I said I wanted to go to was the unicorns. I feel like we haven't done unicorns in a while. Maybe we have. I don't know. I just feel like we haven't. She looks like she's surrounded by a beautiful life, said somebody in the comments. It does, I know. A beautiful life for sure, but it still looks like she had a lot going on. Which, wouldn't that be wonderful if we could say, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could say, man, I got a lot going on in my life, but it's a beautiful life. Oh, guess what? You can't say that. You're just choosing not to. You're choosing to say, man, I got a lot going on in my life, and then bitching about it. Maybe that's Spirit's message. Maybe that's Spirit's message. And I feel as if Spirit's talking to me, so whatever. Shit, I hear you. Okay. Unicorns. Imagination is the unicorn we have today. I feel like this is a really good unicorn to end on, and that's beautiful. Oh, let me get the glare off of it. Look at that beautiful unicorn. That's kind of how my unicorn looks. I have one unicorn that I actually can close my eyes and visualize. All the rest of my unicorns are stuffed animals. But my unicorn, Penelope, that's her name. She looks kind of like this, but she's got more colors in her mane. But a unicorn with wings. Anyway, imagination. Envision a new reality. Envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. If y'all are taking notes, I want y'all to write unlimited possibilities. And then I want you to think about, what does that really mean? I think there are so many cliche phrases and words in spirituality, in life, but in spirituality particularly, that we don't really stop to think about, what does that truly mean? And we're just like, yeah, okay, got it. Grounded, okay, grounded, got it. Meditate, okay, meditate, got it. But we don't really stop and really think about, what is Spirit really trying to tell me in this moment when they're telling me to do this thing? Because it's so cliche. Maybe we need to start making new words. Let's make our own spiritual language so that words really have fresh new impact. Your imagination was once wild, free, and magical. Like the Fool card, now we're tying back into that Fool energy. Your imagination was once wild, free, and magical. Deep in your heart, you believed that anything was possible. Yes, maybe you were young, but yes, that's that Fool energy. Then you grew older and were told to live in the real world. You were told to take sensible action and to be responsible and to learn facts and figures instead of dwelling in daydreams. You were led to believe that hard work was the only way to get results. This thinking cut you off from your magic and blocked you from using one of your most powerful manifesting tools. Now the winged horses call on you to soar back into the realms of your imagination and to use daydreaming as a powerful way to create your reality. Return to your childlike mind that was full of wonder and to your belief in magic and miracles. Instead of being limited by reason, allow yourself to fly high into possibility and believe you can be, do, and have anything. If you can see it happening in your mind, it can become real in the physical. Spend time each day to powerfully dream of what you want. That reminds me of that Earth guardian with the dream catcher who's going to help us with those dreams. Let your imagination activate feelings of joy, delight, gratitude, amazement, and surprise, as if your wildest dreams have already come true. Let those feelings flood your body and stream them back to the universe. Give thanks in advance and surrender the how to the divine. This card also encourages you to go even higher with your dreams and to trust that they are closer than you think. Have patience and don't give up right before your vision manifests. Beautiful, encouraging message to end on, especially that message is especially for those of you all who are trying to make whatever decision you're trying to make. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up right before it manifests. Um, Good. Okay. That takes us right up to a minute overtime. So thank you all for hanging with me for a minute past time. Hope you have a